This video is for coaches and course creators who are making at least $5,000 a month and want to scale their course sales to 20, 30, and even 100,000 plus a month. I'm going to walk you step by step how to implement a self-liquidating funnel so that you can run your funnel on autopilot 365 days a year, and you can always stay in front of your audience and fill your pipeline with high quality customers who have already bought from you, without building anything or needing to know what to sell today. Does that sound good? Keep watching. Before we get started with the training, there are a few things you have to have in place to get started. Number one, you need to be ready to sell a low ticket offer. You don't need to have it built, but you need to be ready to create one and sell it once we validate the offer using our offer testing framework, so we know what your audience wants and will pay money for. Number two, you need to be willing to spend around $3,000 a month in ad spend. This is going to help you optimize your campaign and self-liquidate it quickly and efficiently. Number three, and the last thing, and this is the important one because it is the secret sauce, you need to be willing to create content, but you won't have to guess what content to create. We'll be using our video testing framework to discover the best videos to create for your audience. Those were the three qualifications, and if you're still watching and those sound like you, then let's walk you through how we use our offer testing framework to find the absolute best offer to optimize your funnel. And then we're going to use our video testing framework to create content that your audience will love without guessing what hooks, scripts, or production to use. This content will attract the right people into your funnel and it will get them to know, trust, and like you, so selling your offer becomes super duper easy. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in and I'm gonna show you step by step how we do this. I'm going to walk you step by step how we use our offer testing framework so you can find a low ticket offer that will be most successful on self-liquidating. 90% of low ticket offers fail. The main reason why is most people start with one offer and they test it and they get burnt out and they don't go anywhere with that. Here, I'm going to show you how we can test 20, 30, 50 different ideas for offers and pick the best one to spend all of our time and resources on self-liquidating. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to discover what your audience's pain is. Before we write an offer, what is their biggest pain? And this is a simple test that's amazing that will help you find out what their biggest pain is. So just write down their pains. You can do this in first person. This is one sentence. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You can also go to review sites or comment sections and find like actually what people are writing, and that could be the pain that you're testing. But I can't get anyone to purchase my course. I'm tired of creating content that doesn't help my bottom line. Everyone says they like my product, but no one buys. So take those pains, put them in a Canva file like this as an image. So we do these as a square image, 1080 by 1080 pixels, and we write the copy in the Canva file. So that way you have an image with copy in it. And the reason why is we're going to run them as an ad in Meta. So whenever you run this ad in Meta, the only thing that's going to show is the image with that copy in it. So you got rid of all the other variables. And if somebody sees this image with this copy in it and they click on it, they're clicking on it because they see that pain. Nothing else is influencing them, right? So we run this as a link click test on Meta. We set up a rule so the ad shut down after 500 impressions. It's enough impressions to get some data from that to find a winner and decide what the biggest pain is. You want to sort your pain test by click-through rate all, and the highest click-through rate all will be your biggest pains. We like to run at least 30 different tests here. We do these in batches of about 10. We do around a 10. We get some data from that. Use that data to write 10 more. And then we do about 3 rounds of that. You can do as many as you want. But I would suggest doing at least 30, maybe even 50 rounds to find out what your true pain is from your audience. And you'll be surprised how big the gap will be on the different pains. Now that we know their pain, let's go ahead and solve that pain. So take your highest pain points, the ones that tested the best, and start writing solutions around that. And what you want to do is you want to write it as an offer. You want it to signal high intent and someone will actually get their credit card out and buy it, but you're actually not going to sell it right now. We're going to do another simple, really quick test. We're going to write down our offers, test low ticket offers without building a funnel or creating anything in just 7 days. I will help you test your offer before you create anything to make sure your audience wants it in 7 days. Write those down and same thing, put it in a Canva file, 1080 by 1080, square. And we're just going to run that as an image in Meta again as a link click test. Link click objective, right? So set up a rule that so the ad shut down after 500 impressions. This will be enough data to decide what offers are in most demand. So now you can sort your offers by click-through rate all. And now you're able to test 10, 20, 30, 50 different offers, right? So most people, what they do is, again, they create one offer that they think their audience wants, and they create a giant complex funnel around it, and they try to start selling it, and they get burnt out. Well, you're missing out on a bunch of opportunities. So now what we're doing is everybody's got a lot of ideas. So let's take all of those ideas, write down all these offers, and it could be the same offer, just different message, right? Or different angle. It could be the exact same offer, just the angle is just a little bit differently. And now we can take those top offers, and what we do is we do a soft launch. So I like to take around the top 5. You can even do top 10 offers here. And it's actually going to be a pretty simple test. You're going to create a landing page, basically a wait list page, we call it, with a headline, a brief explanation of what the offer is. I like to do bullet points, what you're going to get. This doesn't have to be too complex. Just want to do this, just like give a clear explanation of what they're getting. And then you're going to have them join a wait list. Just have them enter their name, email. You could just do email if you want, and a button, say notify me first. We're going to then launch ads to this landing page. Once you build the landing page out once, it's really simple to build out for all the other offers. Just copy, paste, and just create the same landing page with different copy on it. So now you're going to launch ads. Don't overcomplicate this. Just launch the image that you used originally with the offer in it with some copy, giving a brief explanation of what the offer is, kind of what you're writing on this landing page, and send traffic to the landing page you built out. Again, now you're switching the objective to a conversion objective, and you're going to be testing for leads. So somebody fills their email out, that is going to be a lead. So you want to do is measure results. We run these for $25 a day for 3 days to find out which offer has the cheapest and highest conversion rate. This is the offer you should focus on building out and selling to your audience. So typically we're going to look at the cheapest leads. That might be one of the best ways to really see which offer is the best, or you can look at conversion rates as well. Here it's saying which landing page has the highest conversion rate. We do both. We look at both and we try to find out which one. When you're looking at data, there could be some different things going on there, but typically we're looking at cheapest leads, but sometimes it's the conversion rate. Now, step 4 is we're going to do a test launch. We're going to switch from a wait list to a checkout page. Now, you don't need to take all 5 of those. Now you can take the top 2, maybe top 3, and create a checkout page for it and actually sell the offer. I want to go back to this wait list. What we like about this is we can do a soft launch, do a wait list. Nobody's paying you anything. And if you find out the offer is not doing well and people aren't, opting in for it, you can simply just email them and say, hey, unfortunately, we're not able to, launch this offer. Or you could create the offer or create it and then send it to them if you want. But it's a way to test a bunch of stuff without having to build all this stuff out, right? Now that you've found out which offers are working, now do the checkout page. On this step, you don't necessarily have to build this out either. But if you're going to sell it, you want to give them something. You don't want to just send them into the abyss and just let them know, hey, we're working on it. You want to make sure you have it built out for them. This could be an MVP. It doesn't have to be the whole shebang. It could just be an MVP, a minimum viable product, to give them something when they buy it. So to do this, we're simply going to create a simple checkout page to sell the low ticket offer. When this is important, when doing this, we start at $7. Low ticket offer could be anywhere from $7 to I've seen to $97. And the reason we do $7 when we start is because it's so much cheaper and faster for us to run tests at a $7 price point than it is to sell it at $27, $47, or $97. And we can raise that price anytime we want. But it's enough to give us a signal if somebody will actually buy it, right, at $7. So our first test is to make sure the offer will sell well. So we simply take the ads we used previously and run a test for $50 a day for 3 days. You should get sales. If you get at least 5 sales, great. Let's move on to the second test. If you're not getting any sales, there's something wrong with that offer. We need to figure out why. Now, step 5 is optimize. We're going to test assets first. We're going to keep it at $7. And when we talk about testing assets, we're talking about testing creative. We're talking about testing ad copy, checkout page, landing page copy. You can test all of these different things at a cheap price point. And if you switch it to $27, $47, it may cost you $50 to get one conversion. And now think about how much it's going to cost you to run these tests. So now you can run, 20 new ads. And the signal is if somebody buys something at $7, and it's going to be much cheaper for you to test that, right? So this is your opportunity to test a bunch of assets right now before you start raising the price. And now once you start hitting KPIs and you're happy with this performing, you can start raising price. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to start optimizing it to self-liquidate it. So the key piece to self-liquidate a funnel is to add other components to it. Most will never self-liquidate with just one offer. And what that means is you need to add order bumps and one-time offers and upsells to get this thing to self-liquidate. You want that to happen immediately. You don't want this to happen weeks after they purchase this. You want it to happen as they go through the steps of buying this offer. So first things first, add an order bump. This is a no-brainer. If you know what an order bump is, that little thing whenever you're on the checkout page and you're filling the credit card information, it's usually a little box saying, hey, add something to my order for whatever. This is an absolute no-brainer. Between 25 and 50% will purchase the order bump. It's pretty crazy. You want something that will complement the offer and will likely make it even easier for them to implement the thing that you're selling. So think templates, swipe files, spreadsheets, anything that will make whatever you're selling super easy. Now, after that, add one-time offers. So this is after they purchase, they go out, they hit checkout, hit submit. They're going to go to usually a thank you page. But before they do that, you're going to say, hey, stop. We have an offer for you right now that we're not going to offer any other time. And it's going to be X, Y, and Z. So these are the offers that will show up after you purchase. And these will be at higher price points, like think $97 the low end and like $4.97 at the higher end. And you can go back to the offers that you already tested and see if you could add one of those here, or if you already have a course that you might be able to use, you could use that. And you should be prepared to add 2 to 3 one-time offers in your funnel. So here are a few options here. You can downsell your first one-time offer. So if your one-time offer is say $297, when I say downsell it, I don't like downselling it cheaper. Just downsell it as a payment plan. So instead of $297, maybe they can buy it for $97 a month for 3 months. Or you can even add more to that. You can offer one-on-one strategy calls. This is a great opportunity for you to deliver tons of value, but also you can use this as a sales opportunity too. So you can upsell them on your higher ticket stuff, right? You can offer done-for-you services. So a lot of people will poke around and be frustrated trying to do this themselves. They rather just pay you to go do it, right? So this should complement your original offer, right? And for the done-for-you services, this one-time offer should legitimately be a one-time offer that you don't offer anywhere else, at least at this price point. And make sure for all of these one-time offers, they are legitimate one-time offers. You don't have them posted anywhere on your site. They might be able to get the offer, but not for this price point, right? So you might have that solution available, but not at this price point. You want to keep their trust. If you show that this one-time offer is $300 here and you sell the same thing on your website, you just lost their trust. So your ultimate goal to self-liquidate is to have an average order value equal to your cost per acquisition. So if you spend $50 in ads, you want to make sure that your average order value is $50. That doesn't mean your low ticket offer has to be $20 or $50. It could be $27 with an offer bump, with order bump, and with an one-time offer. And the average order value over time will be $50, and that's when you're golden. Obviously, we'd like to see this higher. We want to see this at about 1.5x ROAS to give us some buffer there before we start scaling. But this is how we end up moving to the scale opportunity. So once you self-liquidate, we want to build an ecosystem that scales. We do this by creating a content creation system that builds a robust ecosystem that helps you warm your audience. The beauty of this ecosystem that allows you to get in front of an audience that most people aren't targeting right now, because most people use the conversion objective and it narrows their audience, right? So what we do is we create these video ads that use video engagement and are very, very cheap to run to warm up your audience and allow us to retarget the people that are engaging and watching your content, right? So we use something called our video testing framework, where we test the hook, script, and the videos to find out which videos will perform best for your audience. So it takes out all the guesswork. You don't have to go into ChatGPT and figure out what hooks to use and scripts. We actually will write the hooks, but we'll test them before you even record a video. So the first thing we do, we start by testing the hook. We're doing the same thing. We're testing the hook, the copy in a square image ad again. Hooks are basically, it could be a text hook, it could be a visual hook, it could be a verbal hook, but we test the text hook, right? Whenever you test these, that hook doesn't necessarily have to be a text hook on screen. It could just be a verbal hook that you use at the beginning of the video, and it'll help you create a theme for that video, right? We then test the script. The way we test script is we write script, and then we have a voiceover read the script. There's an app called 11 Labs that you can just dump the script in, and it'll do a voiceover for you. And we just add that to a B-roll footage in the background and captions to read the script. So you can do all of this without having to record a video. And you have a system set up, it works really, really fast. So now that we have the script testing on the video, we see which script the audience watches the most of, right? We're looking at usually 100% video views, but sometimes we look even 75, 95%, depending on how your audience is engaging with it. Once we find out what script is doing well, we test variations of the video. So that could be using different B-roll. It could be you actually recording that video. It could be somebody else recording that video. You could be recording that video outside in your office. So you could test a bunch of different variations with that script, but we know that script works well. So you're not guessing on the script anymore. Now you're just playing around with different versions of the video. Once we test the variations of that video, we're going to find those winners, and we're going to launch those, right? Also, when you find winners, you can re-record them. Like, you can do this process as much as you need to, but once we find winners, we're going to launch them, and these videos are going to be used to warm up your audience. Once we have 1,000 people have watched at least 25% of those videos, we're going to start retargeting them with your low ticket offer, right? This ecosystem is going to be, what it's going to do too is going to keep you in front of a very broad audience, but keep in front of your audience for 365 days a year, 24/7. So that way you're always top of mind. Now, I want to offer this to anybody that's interested. I know this seems like a lot, and it is, but we have a very robust system that's set up on our end. We have a team that does this. If you want this completely done for you, keep watching. We have 3 spots available to implement this exact system to your coaching or course creator business, but we don't accept everyone. And I'm not going to make you go through some super long, lengthy application process or jump through a bunch of hoops. I'm just going to ask you 3 questions. And if you say yes to all those questions, there's going to be a link here. You can book a call with me and we can discuss us doing this for you. So the 3 questions are you already making $5,000 a month in your business? And this isn't about revenue. This is basically telling me that you're already established and you sell something your audience wants. It's tough to work with somebody that hasn't done anything yet. So that $5K a month is basically validating that you have a business and you're already selling something. Are you ready and willing to sell a low ticket offer? It doesn't have to be built, and you don't even have to know what to sell. We're going to do all that for you, but this system is built to sell a low ticket offer and create a self-liquidating funnel that you can run 24/7. And the last thing is are you able to spend around $3,000 a month on ads? This isn't all going to waste. When we're spending $3K a month, our goal is to get you to break even, self-liquidate, right? So A lot of this is going to be used on testing, but we need to, in order to move quickly to get to a self-liquidating funnel, we need to spend about $3K a month on ads for about 3 months. And again, you're going to get sales during that time frame, and you're hopefully, the goal is to self-liquidate, right? So it's not like you're just throwing $3K a month away. You're going to be making money too. So if you said yes to all of those, click the link below and book a call with me, and we'll go over how we can help you implement this exact strategy done for you. You don't have to do any of this stuff. We'll do all of this. We're going to find out what low ticket offer works the best. We're going to do all that testing for you. And then when we finally find out which low ticket offer works the best, then you can go build out the back end for that. And we can also help you with that piece too. And then we're also going to help you do that video content creation. We're going to help you build that ecosystem that keeps your audience warm, keeps you in front of them, gets you to know, trust, and like them, or gets them to know, trust, and like you, and makes it super easy for us to retarget those people and buy your low ticket offer. If you're interested, again, click the link below and book a call.